Let's see. All right, we'll call the regular town board meeting at 7:02. Could we all, oh, let's, wait, hang on a second, let me read the roll call. Crystal?
Okay, so we're missing Councilman Pavoldi for right now. Councilman Jacaruso?
Here.
Councilman Mora? Councilman Mora?
Here.
Councilman Myers?
Here.
Supervisor Esposito?
Present. Jim is going to be a little bit late, he's on his way in, so we don't have to wait for. Also present is our town attorney, Gerard Parisi. Could we stand for the invocation? Nancy, would you like to do the honors tonight?
Father God, we come before you tonight asking for your wisdom, knowledge, and discernment for those representing us to know your will for Princetown. We ask your peace and unity that only you can give. Thank you for working your will in our town. Bless those who represent us and their families. We pray as your word says, blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. We declare this for our town. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Could we stand for the pledge? Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Department committee reports.
Oh, there's two more? Excuse me. Yeah. And sign these here. No. No, you didn't sign any.
You're slipping on me over here.
I'm slipping on you?
Crystal.
Jeez,
She
what did I
didn't
do?
tell me over here that I didn't sign that.
Blame it on her, okay?
I just did.
You know what it was?
Yeah, I know you
It-
did.
It actually wasn't in there, it was, you didn't miss it, I didn't have it out yet,
Oh,
that's why.
well, then it's your fault.
It's my fault. Yeah, I'll take that one. Thursday meeting, throwing me out. I wasn't here today, so I'm showing up just like you guys.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right, department committee reports. Highway, do we have anything from highway?
No. We're all still there.
Code enforcement, we have from,
You do, yeah?
we've got it here. Let's see, building inspector monthly report. Total permits 5, permits issued 5, permit inspection fees collected $1,453, building inspections 11, zoning review 1, fire inspection 0, final building inspections 1, certificate of occupancy compliance 0, bank deposit report $1,453, check to the supervisor 0, checkbook balance as of November 13, 2025, $7,482.19, working on planning and zoning as needed, working on permit, final inspections as needed, reviewing plans as needed. Thomas Verini, building inspector. Any questions for him? Jen? Bob?
No, that's good.
Nick?
No.
Okay. Water, let's see what we got with water here. Let's see, October 2025, gallons pumped 1,793,500 minute. Maximum daily use is 123,500. Minimum daily use is 19,200. Daily average 57,900. We had the following water main breaks. Gifford Church Road, minor repaired in the morning. That was on 10/4/2020. It's got 20. It's got the wrong date there, but it's okay. Issues work done, working closely with Doug Cole and the health department on the water systems. After exceeding the action level, letters went out notifying the public of the action level. A corrosion control plan is being put in place. Extra water sampling is being done to calculate a corrosion control product that will be injected into the water system and coat the interior of the pipes, hydrant, flushing has started this month. 9/10, all booster pumps have been serviced and inspected by Stewart. General maintenance performed. They'll be sending out another notice that they, I guess they have to do that next month again for corrosion control. They're hooking that back up and they're gonna put in a new system. Doug Cole on it and is working on it with Rick, so. Any questions on that? Ben? No?
I was curious why that was gonna take till December 2026. Was there any explanation
For
on
what?
to have that system hooked back up?
He's hoping to have it done by, the earliest they could get it done, I think it was March, April.
Yeah, I saw in March something, but it did say,
Yeah, they have up until
December.
a year. It takes up to a
18
year, but Doug Cole thinks he can get it done by March.
okay,
Everything's got to be approved by the state, I guess.
okay. No, I just was curious about that.
You got anything? You have anything you got on water?
Well, a little bit, but I can wait until we talk about the motion.
About the-
Sorry, was watching the news and fell sound asleep. So dark so early.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You got anything on the water, Jim? Yes, you do.
Yeah, I do. Unfortunately, all our plans more or less blew up. We had 3 people enrolled in Morrisville College. The plan was to get them with their B licenses, spend some time with our current water administrator, and then take over next year. Morrisville called, and unbelievably, their instructor decided not to teach the class. They put ads in the paper. They tried to find another instructor. They can't. They canceled the class. They'll refund the money, which doesn't help us at all. I followed up with the calls to other colleges that put these classes on, and the answer was nothing until spring. So we're kind of at a stalemate at this point. One remote possibility, we may be able to get into a online course. I'm not crazy about that because you don't have an instructor, you don't have laboratories. I believe in something like this. I've taken similar classes when I went to when I was a firefighter and did zoning stuff. And you really want to have labs where you're actually touching and dealing with the pumps, with the pipes, with the you know, everything. That's the ideal way to learn. And with a remote online class, you can't do that. You don't have laboratories. So I am looking into that. So it's really a last ditch effort, but don't have a lot of confidence in that working out. But we're going to pursue it anyway. I'm going to call the lady tomorrow that administrates that. So we'll keep you posted.
Worst case, we could send them in the spring.
We could send them in the spring. One college just got one in the spring. Morrisville, the people I'm dealing with Morrisville they're so frustrated. They're like me. I mean, her and I have been going back and forth for 6 months with this class because we had people registered and I had to cancel them. They dropped out. And he's switching and buying books, and we've been going back and forth for 6 months. So she felt horrible when she called. She said, I don't know what to tell you. But this particular area of expertise is just difficult to have. I don't know why. It's a great opportunity for anybody that wants to have a future in this area. I would certainly advise them to consider pursuing this, but for some reason, there's just not enough people getting trained in New York State certified water operator courses. And they can't even get instructors, which is unbelievable, when colleges can't even find an instructor to teach the course. So it's an exercise in absolute frustration and futility, believe me. We've been doing this for 18 months to get to this point. And at the very last second, everything blew up. And I don't know what to say other than it's out of our hands, obviously, there's nothing I can do, and I could never have foreseen that, because the class was on, they've never had to cancel it. This year they canceled it.
There is,
Private companies that can step in the meantime.
I looked into that, there's nothing being offered right now, oh, yes.
Not for schooling
Yes.
necessarily, but like,
Yes.
you know, to bridge the gap between
Yes,
now and the
there are,
class.
yes, in fact, I've talked to a couple of them.
Yeah,
Private companies that can step in the gap. I talked to a guy with all the license, A, B, C, he's got every license, he has some employees. Unfortunately, the two people I talked to, both of them do not live in this area. I think the closest one is Saratoga. So, you know.
on-call basis,
Right,
you know what I mean?
but they can oversee and supervise our operation, and we can operate under their license.
Yeah.
So that's a possibility.
Now that's what we're gonna have to do.
Yeah,
That's a
may be what we
possibility.
have to do.
We got people that can run the system. We just need the license to keep the
Right.
state off
Well,
our.
there is one
Well, at
other,
least till we can send people to the class, you know?
and there is one other possibility as well. I mean, you do have a guy right here. I don't know if we could talk to him and say, can you hang on for a month or 2 months or 3 months?
What, 7,000 a month?
Well, that's the problem. He wants a lot of money and, you know. So, but that is another possibility. And unfortunately, when you're in a situation where your options are extremely limited, sometimes you have to look at every possibility, even if one of them is not as tasteful as you like. I mean, you know, I would say consider looking at all possibilities at this point.
there are other colleges that offer this, I think it was, I looked up.
Oh, sir, well, there, yes, but,
This is in New Paltz and Dutchess Community.
but
College.
nobody's got anything happening until minimum. What they told me is, in the cold weather, they do all wastewater classes, and in the spring, they do freshwater classes. So everybody's pretty much on the same format. So freshwater classes will come in the spring.
We only need a C license, but these classes we're offering a D, which would be better.
It would be better, but it's not necessary. B is going to give you a little bit more chemistry. Chemistry we don't particularly need because we don't have complex chemical injections in our system. Our system only injects chlorine for disinfection. So for that reason, and also for the reason that our system is not that large, a C would be fine. So if somebody offers C in the spring, we can take it. And it would be easier for the people that are taking it because it's going to eliminate one modality, which is just
Mike's got a seat from Ryder.
Mike's got a C,
No, he
yes.
does not.
No, he's got a D.
Oh, he
Mike's
got a
got a D.
Oh.
Mike was going to get the B, that's why I
Oh,
had him
yeah,
in class.
All right.
He's got a
He
D.
was in school too.
That's for sewer.
We had 3 people enrolled in this class, so we were actually taking a fairly large percentage of this whole class. And unfortunately, this is where we are. And this whole water thing has been a nightmare, to be honest with you.
Cheapest bid gets the job. That's the problem.
It's a great thing, I'll tell you, for anybody that knows anybody, a younger person that wants to get in a career that is in very high demand, I would encourage it. You know, I would encourage, these people to get that education. It's not that complex. I mean, it's not real advanced chemistry. It's really, but once you get your C or B license, in New York State, you're probably going to have work for the rest of your life, the way things are going.
I'm surprised the state doesn't take and put some.
Here's what the state does, and I'll tell you, and I've been doing this stuff long enough to understand. The state says, you will do this, you shall do that, and then they walk away. That's what the state does.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're stuck with what
You'd think that they would have something to.
Yeah.
they tell us what to do, and then they walk away. It's up to us to comply. And if you don't have the money to comply, tough. If you don't have the people to comply, tough. You will do it. That's it. That's the state methodology.
We're not the only town that is having this problem.
No, we're not.
There's,
I know that.
there's a lot of towns that are in this.
And we did have a guy hired that had a C license, by the way. And he was hired, he was all set. In fact, he was enrolled in school too, but he was just gonna upgrade. But he called at the last minute and said that his current employer told him that he simply doesn't have enough time to dedicate to Princetown. They want all his time committed to that. So he called me at the last minute again, and he said he's not taking the job. And that was the other twist in this.
See, the problem is over here with this too, that nobody wants to be on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's a problem in our town. When do things break down? Middle of the night?
Well, that's why we designed the job to be a shared job. That was the final
That
thing.
was what we were trying to.
Yeah, the last 3 months that we've had it, we designed the job to be shared. So that way, if a guy is sick, if a guy is, we had people that are contractors.
Just wants to go on vacation.
Vacation, got a big job, gotta go out of town to do a big job. The other guy could do it. So we decided to set it up as a shared operation. Perfect. And we had 2 guys absolutely delighted to share it and delighted to go get their licenses. So, we had everything in place. But when the college called and canceled the class, all our plans went out the
Yeah,
window.
blew everything out of the water, just put it off until spring, basically.
Right. And I will prepare a set of documents, outlining the timeline and the people and the contacts and everything I have to this point. And I'll make sure I leave it with the next council,
All right.
so that so you don't have to do everything I've done in the last 18 months, reinvent the wheel. You'll have basically a starting point.
Thank you.
There's a report here if anybody wants to see it, that Rick wrote up from the state on what's planning on being done. There's a copy of it here. I don't know if everybody's got a copy of it.
Yes.
Anybody wants to see it, they're more than welcome to look at it.
And that issue is being resolved. I mean, fortunately, our engineer's got that under control. He's working on it. We're currently in compliance. In this regard, we're in compliance because we've started the timeline to be in compliance. So the state recognizes that as being in compliance. So that's a good thing. We will get that squared away. Probably by early spring, we'll have that in place. And that being the lining of the pipes, that will be done soon. So that issue is being resolved.
So if everybody gets another letter, it'll be going out in January about the corrosion control, just be prepared that that's going to go out in January again, and it has to go out in the spring of the year again. What's being done with it, those are things that the state is requiring town to do, so.
What was the story again on why they shut off the corrosion control?
Because
It used to be there, right?
Right, it was there, but what happened is, this is going back 15 years ago.
Yeah.
The corrosion control is an injection site that can get clogged. It can be troublesome, it can be a pain. So what they decided was, well, we really don't have a copper problem. What do we need this for? And they unplugged it. This is going back a long time ago, maybe probably 15 years ago. And for years it went along fine. But what happens is when you don't have corrosion control, the pipes actually, the water in the pipes that are delivered to your home have a pH that's just off enough to dissolve a little bit of the copper that's actually in your house. So let's say you have a copper line from the road to your house. A tiny bit of that might get corroded and show up in your water. It's not in our water. It's not in our aquifer. It's not in our pipes. But because the corrosion can change the pH slightly, that can dissolve very tiny amounts of copper that are in your home or that are in the pipes leading to your home that you put in and you're responsible for. In my house, I have a long run, so I had plastic put in. to my house, but I have copper in my house because my house is 40 years old. So I have very tiny amount of copper in it. It's nothing dramatic, it's nothing, you know, it's not good, but it's not like way off the charts either.
The town has no copper in our lines,
No, no copper in our
We don't have any
water.
copper, we don't have any lead pipes, but it's the copper in the homes and the lead pipes in the homes too that create a problem. Most of the older homes that have copper in them use lead solder. They outlawed that in 1983, I think. Everything is, you can't use lead solder anymore, you can't even buy it.
So why did it happen now versus like 5 years ago? Why now?
Well,
5 years
because
ago,
It builds up on it.
This
yeah.
was longer
It
than
builds
that.
up.
Yeah.
It starts to, you know, the inside of the pipes in the ground here start to corrode. When they corrode, they begin to change the pH slightly, not a lot, but a little, enough to cause it to interact with the copper in your home. So that's what's
It's a
happening.
chemical reaction.
Yeah.
Our water has got a lot of iron in it, it's got minerals. It always did,
Yeah.
even the wells, when we had the wells. And over time, it leaches, is what it does, it leaches out of the pipes. And it shows up, but this injection thing will counteract that.
It'll line the pipes eventually with a corrosion control so that
Yes. So
when
it
our
doesn't
water's
leach as
flowing
much.
past your, you know,
Would have flushing the system more helped?
No.
No, because it's in the houses,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
The problem's not in the pipes, in the road.
Yeah.
Those are ductile, you know, they're not gonna leach copper. There's no copper involved in that. It's
See,
from the
people that
main
have wells
to the house.
Don't have any idea if they've got corrosion in there.
Yeah, probably do.
Well, if they got a well,
Yeah, you don't.
well, you gotta go test the water. None of us do. I got 2 houses on well, yeah. I got 3 houses on the water system and 2 houses on the well. I'm in the aquifer, right? The aquifer's where I am. Where
I'm
those
not.
wells are down, no, you're not.
I'm not hooked
No,
up.
because Dad's house, when they put I-88 in, Dad's house lost the water. We had to hook up.
Yeah, I'm in the aquifer too.
Yeah, but you're at the end of it, where you are. The water level dropped. When they put I-88 in, they cut the aquifer and dropped the water level down to the creek. So
the aquifer is good water. The aquifer is
Well, yeah, it's all in gravel.
very good water. There's
Yes.
nothing wrong with
My
that.
well is, I'm all in gravel.
Yeah,
And the problem is, your copper in your house gets very slightly dissolved, and it could show up. The recommendation is, in the morning when you get up, put your cold water on, let it run a couple of minutes, 3-4 minutes, let it clear out. That will help you. And in fact, if you test it at that point, you may have no copper. But the testing that we do, we require you to wait overnight and then take the first draw from your tap, which means that water's been sitting in your copper pipes all night.
been leaching in the pipe all
So
night.
that's the water that we test, and that's the water we got a couple of hits on of copper. Not every home, just a few of the ones we tested. If the test was done properly, we're testing water that's been sitting in copper pipes all night. They draw it in,
What's
and
that?
that's the,
Well, you let the water run, it's gonna come out clean.
Yeah.
It'll wash through.
that's the recommendation that everybody does until we get this thing squared away.
They're not gonna be checking the same homes again either. They're gonna be going to different homes every time they do this check on for this corrosion control. Not gonna go to the homes that were elevated.
Well, if we get the injection system in, it'll compensate, it compensates for the leaching.
It'll take time, though. It will
It's not
take
gonna
time.
stop it. It's not gonna stop it, the water's still gonna leach the copper out of the pipes, but this chemical makes it so it passes. I don't know if I wanna drink it, I'd rather drink the copper, but
It's gonna take a while for this to line our
I
pipes.
drink my well water.
yeah, well, I know, so do I in the 2 houses, okay?
I drink my well water. I've got an iron filter and a water softener on it.
So I'm sorry to have taken so much time up in the water, but it is an issue, it's an ongoing issue. It's really probably the biggest concern that the new council is going to have to deal with in 2026.
Like I said, if anybody wants this report, they're more than welcome to. Crystal can make a copy of it if you like. What the levels were is on here, so. Any questions, more questions on
No, I think we beat that to death.
that? Okay.
Well, everybody's got to understand where we are with it.
I know, I'm not saying that, right?
All right, buildings and grounds, there's really nothing more to report on that, but we did have a problem with the Department of Labor showed up one day, and I don't know if I mentioned this at the last meeting. With the, they came in and they were complaining about that we didn't do something right, but we corrected it that day, so it's done. Crystal, anybody wants to read that report, Crystal's got a copy of it, but we did correct it. And according to Jim.
Reader's Digest version?
Essentially, we were supposed to keep a report every year if there were no incidents of injury in the workplace. There's a log that we're supposed to have. We have not had any incidents in the workplace, but there's supposed to be a log that says that we didn't have any. So every year now, I have to print out this log
Okay.
and write that there were no incidents in this year and keep it in the folder in case they come back and check if that folder is still present.
It's OSHA.
Yes.
No, it's not OSHA.
No, it's
not
it's the Department of Labor.
Department of Labor.
Same difference already.
But they haven't visited us in like 15 years, and there was no way we would have known that they had to do this form if they hadn't been visiting. So the gentleman was nice, and we're fine.
Yeah, okay.
According to Jim, they just don't show up, but they did. Let's see,
Okay.
court, we don't have anything from the court, do we?
We do not, or the assessor tonight.
Okay. You're up, Ben.
We have the rabies clinic for the county was here. That went well. Regarding any calls, it's been quiet except for the ongoing dog on the neighbor's property. Happened once again today after almost a month. So I'm just giving them one warning because the dog hopped the fence. They got a fence and he's been fine, and then somehow he hopped the fence and ran back over to get his picture taken by his neighbor. So,
What's the guy got, chickens next door? What's the attraction, why the dog's going over there?
he's got acorns and soybean crops out there for the deer, which is legal according to DEC. He's hunting there. It's on his property, and he's hunting in an area where he's got the soy and different crops, which
This
are
is
no
the neighbor.
more. Yes.
So the dog's jumping the fence
So
to
the-
chase the deer?
No, he's just, it's right next door. He goes over there because it's just part of what he thinks is his territory. He doesn't know the boundaries. But this guy's hunting, and he's got trip cameras to see what deer, and every time this dog trips the camera, he wants me to give a ticket. And again, he wanted me to give a ticket. I said, listen, he's been making an effort, I'm giving him one warning, that's it. We'll go from there. It's just it's a ongoing Tom and Jerry.
Yeah. Okay.
Other than that, it's been quiet.
Here, Jennifer, you want a copy of this? The water?
And Bill?
Bill?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Got any questions? Everybody, you good? Okay. All right, preliminary budget, we're gonna open up a public hearing at 7:32? Any takers?
Just to note for you guys, there is to the budget, there are special districts and rates that we get from Williamsburg and the county. So we have a resolution on there tonight to change that. The audience does not have the full updated version of the preliminary budget, but it did not affect any revenue lines, any actual
For us.
end budget numbers, just so you know.
And there's
They were
nothing
numbers
can
that we
do
can't
about
control,
that.
yeah. The
No.
fire districts pass their budgets, and Duanesburg gives us sewer rates, so we just had to change those based on what they came up with.
Yeah, we don't do the fire department anymore, we only did one, that was Potter Hill.
Just want to make you
They
aware,
went
so
to
when we
a
go through that, your numbers
commission
don't match
district
our numbers, that's why.
Instead of they went to a commission district a couple of years ago.
Right.
So I guess we'll close up the public hearing at, what's that,
33.
33? Crystal, I forgot you.
That's okay, I was actually gonna say, I don't have anything to report. It's quiet in the clerk's office right now, we're getting ready
Anything
for.
about dog licenses or hunting licenses or anything?
No, I mean, they're still available through hunting season, but this is a quiet month for me. I don't have a lot of people coming in, but we're getting ready for taxes, so. Calm before the storm, I suppose.
Okay. All right, thank you. Any questions for Crystal?
No. No.
All right. Meeting minutes, it's hereby resolved that the meeting minutes of October 14th, 2025, regular town board meeting are approved or as amended. Discussion. Is there a motion?
Make motion.
Second.
Crystal?
Councilman Goldie?
Yes.
Councilman Jack Russo?
Yes.
Councilman Mora?
Yes.
Councilman Myers?
Yes.
Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passes. Amendments to the 2026 preliminary budget. You can read this one,
Sure.
Crystal.
So this is what I mentioned. It's hereby resolved that the town board amends the 2026 preliminary budget as follows. For the general fund revenues, the rate has been designated as follows. For 1091 host agreement, our final amount is $40,744.92. The budget amount is now going to total $437,473 for 2026 general fund revenue. For special district sewer rates, they have been designated as follows. Duanesburg 24 EDUX mill dam budget amount $16,957.68, and Duanesburg 30.5 EDUS debt budget amount $17,509.75, to total $34,467.43 for 2026 sewer. Special district fire rate for Duanesburg Fire has been designated as follows: $124,150 to total $352,347.26 for 2026 fire. Finally, the water fund revenues rate has been designated as follows. For 1001 real property tax, it's $139,152. For 1002 taxes extension 2, it's $35,477. For 1003 taxes extension 3, it's $26,005. For 1004 taxes out of district rate, it's $20,414. And 1011 taxes extension 1 is $41,161. The total revenues for 2026 water fund did not change, it's still $480,284.
Glenn, got anything? Jim?
No.
Bob?
No?
Okay. All right. Is there a motion?
I'll make it.
Is there a second?
Second.
Crystal?
Councilman Foldy?
Yes.
Councilman Jack Russo?
Yes.
Councilman Mora?
Yes.
Councilman Myers?
Yes.
Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passes. Approval of the 2025,
This should say 2026. Sorry.
well, yeah, you did it wrong, right?
I copy pasted from last year. I changed all the other 2025s to 2026 except for that. So approval of the 2026 town Christian budget.
Okay. Go ahead, Crystal, you can read this one too.
Okay, let me know if I got any more here. Whereas the 2026 preliminary budget of the town of Princetown was filed with the town clerk on October 14th, 2025, and whereas the town board of the town of Princetown duly held a public hearing on the 2026 preliminary budget, including the general fund, water fund, highway fund, Lauderhill, Pattersonville, Pine Grove, and Duanesburg Fire District, along with 2026 water and sewer assessment rolls approved by the town board and filed with the town clerk, and heard all persons desired to be heard on the matter. And whereas the town board adopted the 2026 preliminary budget at the town board meeting on October 14th, 2025, whereas the preliminary budget was amended by resolution on November 13th, 2025, now therefore be it resolved that the 2026 preliminary budget as presented and amended is hereby adopted and established as the 2026 final adopted budget for the town of Princetown for the fiscal year commencing January 1st, 2026. Be it further resolved that the 2026 final adopted budget shall be spread upon the minutes of this town board meeting in its entirety, and the town clerk shall prepare and certify as provided by law duplicate copies of said 2026 final adopted budget hereby adopted and deliver one of such copies to the supervisor of the town and one copy to the county legislature of the county of Schenectady as required by law.
Discussion? Ben, got anything? Jim?
No.
Ron?
No?
Okay. Want to read the roll, Crystal?
No, we,
Oh, you gotta make a motion.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna make a motion then. Go ahead, is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Crystal?
Okay, Councilman Pavoldi?
yes.
Councilman Jack Russo?
Yes.
Councilman Mora?
Yes.
Councilman Myers?
Yes.
Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passes. Election expenses. I can read the short one, Crystal.
Okay.
It's hereby resolved that the town board directs the Schenectady County Finance Department of levy Princetown share of the 2023 county election expense on a 2026 county tax warrant. Discussion? Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Crystal?
Councilman Pavoldi?
Yes.
Councilman Jack Russo?
Yes.
Councilman Mora?
Yes.
Councilman Myers?
Yes.
Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passes. Water system corrosion control treatment project proposal for engineering services. It is hereby resolved that the town board approves the proposal for engineering services provided by Doug Cole, PE of KB Engineering and Architecture, PC, for the provision of engineering services to the town of Princetown as it pertains to the water system corrosion control treatment project at a cost not to exceed $15,000. Discussion?
That includes the installation of the equipment, does it not?
Yes.
Yeah. So that includes the installation of the equipment and the purchasing of the chemical, which I assume we're gonna have to do. I'm opposed to using the old chemical.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So the engineering company's putting the equipment in? Or
Yes,
The company?
the engineering.
It's not something different.
Well, we're gonna have the engineer do it. We've gotta be in compliance all the way, and it may not be quite that much, but he's gonna do the whole job. Rick probably could do it, but that's not how he set it up.
Ben, you got anything?
No, that's it.
I'll make the motion.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. Bob, you got anything?
No, this was.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second? I'll second it. Crystal?
Councilman Pavoldi?
Yes.
Councilman Jack Russo?
Yes.
Councilman Mora?
Yes.
Councilman Myers?
Yep.
Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passes. General funds claims is hereby resolved that the town board approves claim number 193/211 of 2025 in the amount of $57,582.24. Discussion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second
Who made the first one? You did, Nick?
It don't matter.
Nick made the first
No,
one.
Ben did.
Oh, Ben did? Okay. And there was a second by Bob, so.
Okay, Councilman Pavoldi?
Yes.
Councilman Jack Russo?
Yes.
Councilman Mora?
Yes.
Councilman Myers?
it. Yes.
Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passes. Water funds claim is hereby resolved the town board approves claim number 113/123 of 2025 in the amount of $7,957.94. Discussion.
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Crystal?
Councilman Pavoldi?
Yes.
Councilman Jack Russo?
Yes.
Councilman Mora?
Yes.
Councilman Myers?
Yes.
Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passes. Trust and agency funds claim is hereby resolved that the town board approves claim number 7 of 2025 in the amount of $2,005. $2,005. Discussion. Is there a motion?
I'll make it.
Is there a second?
Second.
Crystal?
Councilman Pavoldi?
Yes.
Councilman Jack Russo?
Yes.
Councilman Mora?
Yes.
Councilman Myers?
Yes.
Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passes. Highway funds claim is hereby resolved the town board approves claim number 9 of 2025 in the amount of $854.47. Discussion. Is there a motion?
Make it.
Is there a second?
Second.
Councilman Pavoldi?
Yes.
Councilman Jack Russo?
Yes.
Councilman Mora? Councilman Myers?
Yes.
Supervisor Esposito?
Yes, resolution passes. Privilege of the floor. At every scheduled town board meeting, the public shall have the right to address the town board during the course of the meeting referred to as privilege of the floor. Members of the public should restrict their comments to items of town business, although there is no official time constraint. Speakers should be considerate of others, so all interested members of the public have an opportunity to be heard. There shall be one portion of the meeting dedicated to the privilege of the floor. All remarks and questions shall be addressed to the board. No person shall enter into discussion with the person having the floor. Council members may address any comments during the portion of the meeting referred to as council members' comments. We'll open up privileges of the floor at 7:44. Any takers? Okay, close it up at 7:45. Council members' comments and discussions. Ben?
Okay, so with Gerard and, that law firm leaving in December, we had reached out to 2 law firms, and then the third one contacted us directly. So there's one that I don't even want to talk about, because I call and it goes straight to a full mailbox, and so we need somebody who can communicate. It doesn't have a full mailbox, in my opinion. The other one was,
Yes, I do. I didn't say it further.
okay, I just want to pass those down. So the Whitman, Osterman, and Hannah, they charge per hour, but they're willing to put a cap for the year. So I don't know what the hourly rate is, $280, $300 an hour, whatever it is, but it's capped at $50,000, and that's for town board, planning board, and the zoning review board, okay? So the max we would pay out of pocket would be $50,000, and if we go under the hours, we would pay a little bit less. Does that make sense? Okay.
Okay, before we go off through this, why is he here? What are we doing?
That's related.
That's
You
an
guys,
executive
is that
session.
something different than what we're talking about now?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay, and then the other one who contacted Crystal, I don't know, do you want to just say what he reached out about, or do you want me to go over?
Can you, I mean, I've already.
Okay, so the other one was Mertz Legal, and I guess he used to be the lawyer, the judge in Rotterdam. He lives all of, 10 minutes
John?
away?
John
Yeah,
Martz?
yeah.
I know John.
So he's willing to do town board, planning board, all of it, at $42,000 for all of them combined. So,
Okay.
there you go. Those are our 2 options, I think.
I like John. John's good. I like John.
So you know, right now, between Gerard and Rob, it's $45,000 a year. I know we have them separate for the separate boards, but that is currently what the budget is set for next year, so.
Do you have a comment?
I do not.
Do you have-
I made enough for you guys to have one as well.
So again, the one would be capped at $50,000. They charge per hour though, so if you do 50 hours of town board stuff, then it would be $15,000 with a cap up to 50. Does that make sense? So if we go beyond 50,000, we would pay beyond that. And then this guy's just 42 for all of it, regardless of hours, I think, right?
John?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now what happened? He didn't get in, no, the other girl got in for town judge in Ryder. He was running for town judge in Ryder.
Yeah.
He didn't get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's available.
Yeah, the other thing too, this would be for a year, so if we were unhappy with the number we go with, we can always
Yes.
change. So I think those are our 2 options.
Okay.
I called them to see if they could also do planning, and I call, and it goes to the voicemail box. This voicemail box is full, and I'm not, you know what I mean? You gotta have a mailbox.
Some kind of contact, yeah.
That's where it's
He had initially quoted us to match Gerard, but he did not give a quote for planning and zoning. We weren't sure if he was even willing to still do that. So we don't have any additional numbers, and then he never responded.
Ken Gibbons called, I think someone called me first, he inquired to be very good. We were looking, so I told him I didn't call Crystal, I don't call.
No. Give my email to.
Yeah, we're getting short on time, so.
I know Kenny Gibbons, so
Yeah, he called me last week, I assumed you were involved after I talked.
Kenny's good. That DOT thing is straightened out. We'll be back in the day.
We're we're just running out of time, you know what I mean? We've got one more meeting. before we
Yeah, I
really
know.
Gotta make a decision.
Thanks, Gerard.
Well, we don't have a decision.
Thanks, Gerard. We need to have one,
Yeah,
you
well, I
know.
think the four of us are here. Well, the four of us are here, next year I'll be our fourth member here, so
That'll be up to you, January.
next year's board is here.
Yeah, the new board's here technically.
I mean, do you have any,
You guys can talk, you know. I don't know. John's okay. Honestly, Kenny's okay too. I don't know.
well, and the other one has the reputation, I know they're a little bit more expensive.
Oh, Hannah?
Yeah, I mean, they're
White
very
man?
responsive every
What,
time
the
I
white
call
man, I
them,
mean?
so, yeah,
Whiteman, Osterman, Hannah.
yeah.
I don't know that.
Sure you do, they were, when you were a supervisor before. Ann and Whiteman.
I don't
It's a
know.
large legal
I
firm,
don't
so
remember
they have
that far back.
specialists in all the different areas. That's the one thing I do like about that option. The fact that they're willing to cap definitely makes a lot of sense.
There's some exceptions to the cap, and I think you read all of it.
Yes, yes.
So like, if there's something that's so egregiously
Yes.
outrageous, they're gonna charge.
Well, yeah,
Well-
okay.
You know, but probably most law firms, I'm assuming, do. You know, if you gotta put in 50 hours on a project, yeah, you're gonna
Yeah, right, something extraordinary happens, yeah.
get. But they do. When I contacted him about planning, he's like, yeah, we have people, so
Yeah,
they got people for everything.
we used to use them, so I know.
You
Yeah.
talking about
At
White,
work, yeah.
Whiteman?
Yeah, they used to do our immigration work.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're a little more expensive overall if you hit the cap. If you don't, though, they're probably
They
gonna
helped
be
you
a
out
little
with
cheaper.
the solar, if you remember.
Yeah, and the guy from that firm that would be here is somebody named Nicholas Nichols, so.
I mean, from Ann
Yeah, but that would be the guy that would be here, and somebody else for the planning.
and, okay.
But I think we gotta make a decision, you know, soon.
Does four. Decide where it's gonna be in the organizational meeting, right?
Well, they need to know, I'm assuming in advance, I don't wanna call them January 2nd, be like, hey, we hired you, and they're like, oh, well, we didn't really, you know, so I'd rather reach out a little bit earlier. And they have to be here at the organizational meeting, I'm assuming, so.
No, they don't need to be here. They know, we just gotta decide what we're doing, okay?
That's not too legal
I'd prefer to make a decision soon, because I mean, it'd be nice if they came.
What do you wanna do? You
in
wanna do it now? You can do it with this board, so.
That's up to you guys, but, you know, I don't wanna wait till the final minute.
It's not up to us.
You know, my feeling is that the new board should, I think, should hire the law firm, but that's up to them. If you want to do it now, we could do it, but
We don't have to hire them now, but say this is the person we're gonna go with, so at least they're here in the organization.
You can't appoint them until January 1st.
You might want to discuss it in executive session as opposed to publicly.
All right, yeah, that sounds good, because it's a legal matter.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
well, we're gonna go into executive session anyway, aren't we?
Yes.
yeah.
All right, good, we'll talk about that. All right. Well, that's where we're at, huh?
Anything else, Joe? You got anything?
No, I will prepare a summary document on this whole water situation. In that document, I'll include names, contact numbers, and everything I have, including the colleges that offer the courses. We do still have 2 candidates ready, willing, and able to share that position. Mike Middleton is one, John Sindoni's the other. They want to share the position. They know each other well. They work together well. So that isn't a done deal. That hasn't fallen off the cliff. But they don't have licenses, so they would have to work under a license. I'll summarize everything in the document and provide it for the new council.
All right.
You got anything, Bob? All right, I was asked if somebody in the town, if we could get the windows washed outside, haven't been washed for years since we lost our cleaner.
You haven't been washing the windows?
Pardon?
You haven't been washing the windows, you do everything else.
No, I'm not gonna wash the windows off.
Usually you're went through all the details.
And to do the floors, the shampoo the rugs. Carol's looked into it. She found 3 different ones. And, they haven't been done. We did all of, we repainted this whole building inside. We've put a new roof on here. We've done all of the things that we were supposed to do. The floors haven't been done in, I don't know, since Layton left. I think it was, what was his name?
I don't know, but Nora mentioned Bob was supervisor, so it's been a while.
Weekly, it was weekly. He went to, moved to Florida, he used to do the windows and the floors, and we haven't had it done in 2 years. The windows would need it, and may need caulking. I think they should be done, but that's gonna be up to the board over here. We're still in charge of the building. And I don't know if everybody wants to chime in on that. If you wanna do it, do it. If you don't, we'll just tell Carol.
Got the money in the budget ready?
Yeah, so we can do it, okay. All right, that's what we'll do then. And we got one other problem over here that's brought to our attention, Gerard. Do you want to mention it?
What's that?
What would, well, do you want to say it, Jennifer, get into it?
What?
What's been talked about at the planning board with, who?
With Anthony?
Yeah, with Anthony Torrey.
Well, just that non-accessory structure that Anthony Torrey raised last meeting, is that what you're
Yes.
talking about?
Oh,
Yeah, I sent
okay.
an email to Lou, I can send it to you guys too, but I had previously outlined what my ruling was on that law, and my recollection was that when we talked about it 6 months ago, this board didn't want to change it. So, this board's leaving in a month anyway, and
Right.
if the new board wants
What are
to,
we talking about?
well, the issue came down to
Setbacks of accessory buildings.
non-attached accessory structure like a carport.
You mean like Froman's thing
Yes.
now?
Yes. Anthony wants it subject to all the setback rules. My interpretation of the code was a non-attached accessory structure is not subject to setback rules.
No, because it's not, there's no foundation.
Right. So Anthony wants to change. The board, my recollection, didn't want to change when we talked about it 6 months ago. So I just resent that email to Lou. I can resend it to you. It laid out my process of how I came to that conclusion, but I think it's up to the new board. If you want to change the law, you gotta have a local law and go through the process if the board
It's
wants.
a tent
I
thing.
remember talking about this, like if you
Yeah.
put a doghouse too close to
Right.
the property line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Right.
But that,
If memory
As long as
serves
it's
me,
on your property, I don't see a problem. Put a shed 5 foot off the property line, it's not infringing on nothing.
Do you have anything to say, Jennifer, about it?
if I remember correctly, the law does not specify that it's a non-foundational building though. So that's the one thing you've said that strikes me as different than what I remember
Is
being
this a
in there.
consensus from the planning board?
I think,
I got the impression it was.
I don't, there was a lot of back and forth at the last meeting about whether this was important or not, basically. But I think Anthony was hoping to get some clarification before we finalized the work I've been doing on cleaning up the zoning board. The zoning law, excuse me.
You have anything to say?
I was just gonna help with the zoning code.
Yeah, sorry.
yeah, I remember talking about that now, and that's why we didn't do anything, because it got to the point where, like you said, if you have a small little shed, if it's subject to the setback, it'd have to be 50 feet off the property line,
Yeah,
right?
so good, let's put it
Which
right
if
up
you
against
have
your house.
an acres, square acres, 200 by 200, I mean, 50 feet on each side, you really,
You can have a
You
shed.
wouldn't be able to have a shed.
Rail in the middle of the property.
The underlying problem really is that if you want to have that and you want to enforce it, you're going to have to go around this town and really rile some feathers, because you know how many people put a little wood shed or something?
Yes.
It's going to drive everybody completely nuts.
That's why
Well, and
we
you don't
shut
have
it
anybody
down.
enforcing code right now. routinely. So it becomes one of these questions in my mind of, do you put into place a zoning law that's not going to be enforced?
No.
No, no point.
If you're gonna
Because
put
you know
it
who
there-
enforces it? The neighbor. A neighbor gets irritated, hey, I don't like where he put his shit. I don't like where he put his shit. And then you got all kinds of problems. Listen, I'm not gonna be on board, so it's not my thing, but my suggestion is I would let sleeping dogs lie. Just like our attorney suggested.
So the consensus is we're gonna leave it up to the next town board, because we're gonna leave it alone right now. Is that correct?
Yeah, I got it.
Well, you got a recommendation from the, you're saying more or less,
I mean, there's no recommendation for me, it's up to you if you like the law the way it is or if you don't like it. I'm not a board
We
member.
can't, if we change it anyway, we couldn't do it because it'd have to go to a public hearing, and all that. We'll be out of office, so it's gonna have to be up to the.
You'd also need somebody to draft it the way you want it, you know, you can exclude dog houses, you know, what's attached. It's not a simple change, nothing's ever simple, so it's not gonna be.
Well, and
We're not really having a problem with that right now.
and even if you tried to clarify it, there's always going to be those finite details that somebody's going to say fall between the cracks and blah, blah, blah.
it creates neighbor problems is what'll ultimately happen. So if that's what, you know, if that's what route you wanna go, then
If there's a neighbor problem, it's going to be a neighbor problem regardless of what the zoning law says.
Yeah, you're correct.
No sense of stirring up things if it's not necessary.
All right, then we're, consensus is we're gonna leave it alone during this town board meeting. Okay. Got anything else? Huh? Tim?
no.
No.
Okay, that takes care of that.
If we go into executive session, can we keep them two here just real quick
Yes.
to talk about this?
Yes, so we keep
Yeah, just that
Held
portion,
against
I
the wall.
understand they
All
gotta
right, is there
go.
a motion to go into executive session?
I'll make it.
Second.
Chris?
All right.
Councilman Woolley?
Yes.
Councilman Jacobowski?
Yes.
Councilman Mora?
Yes.
Councilman Myers?
Yes.
Supervisor Nancy?
Yes, the resolution passes. Thank you all for coming.